What's up, guys? 5869 back again with my first cast of the new patch. But not only that, my first cast in a long time. That's right, I've come back from retirement just for my good buddy here. He said, he's got a game he wants me to check out. Didn't really take a look at it whatsoever, and so I don't really know what happens. He said it was a good one. I don't know how long it was, but really I'm just hoping for a good game here. Seems a little bit choppy. I know this patch is a little dicey right now, but hopefully it won't be too bad trying to watch this, although it looks a little bit iffy, so I have to keep an eye on this. Hopefully there's not any issues. Anyways, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Looks like we've got a Marana, Timber, PA, Drow, and a Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet, I'm actually going to be casting for Nature's Prophet, so hopefully he doesn't go off and just all chat. Shit player, 315. But we got a pretty nasty Drow strat here, but more importantly, we don't really have supports. I guess we're going to be looking at a support Marana and support PA potentially here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be watching here. Looks like we're going to have an off-lane Prophet. I assume support PA, mid-Timber, safe lane Drow, maybe a mid-Drow. Looks like safe lane PA. My mouse is already doing all sorts of funky things, so we'll have to see how this one goes. I think I might have to use a lot of arrow keys this time, so hopefully my keyboard's not too loud. Meanwhile, over here, we've got a Super Matumba Man. I'm going to go ahead and just assume right now that is not the real Matumba Man. And we've also got a Pudge. We've got a Wukong Monkey King, new hero here. We're going to see how a little bit dicey. This is going to be, Lance is going to be on the Keeper of the Light. Last but not least, we're going to have a Juggernaut. So, looks like we got some good abilities here, some nice hype abilities. Got a, maybe Blinding Light, depends how you cast it. Could be a little bit hype. We've got a Hook. We've got Prophet. Somebody's getting sprouted. Somebody's going to be eating arrows, and hopefully we're going to have some fun here. Looks like Coddle's going to throw down this mid lane ward here, and that's not bad whatsoever. 7.0, still trying to figure it out a little bit. AM shouldn't have too bad of a time against the Prophet, even when the Prophet starts to make trees here. He's going to Quelling Blade. He'll probably end up buying a Poor Man's Shield, so he'll have a nice block chance. First few levels might have a few issues. Looks like he opted to go for Blink first in order to maybe deal with some harassment here. Zeus Almighty going to be placing this nice high ground ward and looking for an arrow already. Is he going to hit it? He actually is going to hit it. One ever is going to be stunned right now, and are they going to have enough damage? He's got a Stout Shield, and it looks like he should just be able to walk away from this one. He will, but a nice arrow. Master, unfortunately, taking a lot of creep damage there means that the trade's not really that beneficial for anybody. Both heroes at about half HP. Whenever is going to use his salve first, as it looks like the Drow is just going to tango up here. Coddle does go down to the bottom lane, and looks like things should start to calm down a little bit. Nice arrow, though, but just no real follow-up. Drow, not the best mid lane here to start things off, as she doesn't really offer too much damage. Looks like Zeus Almighty did throw another arrow somewhere. Doesn't look like he got a neutral creep, though. He's going to get chased down by the Monkey King here, and we'll see how that goes. This top lane getting pushed in. Looks like they're going to get some nice experience here with the Zeus Juggernaut off lane. They do have a lot of kill potential. Once they have level 2, level 3 on these heroes, we've got 2 levels into spin here, and a healing ward, maybe crit. Either way, the hook into rot into spin is going to be really difficult to deal with, so we'll have to keep an eye on the top lane at all times here. Jug already actually getting quite low. He's actually quite far behind the tower here. There is a creep wave, and it looks like the Dire not really going to opt to push into it, so just going to leave it at that. Not a big deal whatsoever. As mid lane, let's take a look at the CS here. Accidentally closed that one earlier, but looks like, just got to change this up a little bit. No, not yet. Master taking a little bit of damage in the mid lane. Looks like AM's going to be leading the CS 7 for 1, 6 and 1 on the Drow, 5 and 1 on the Monkey King. So even though that a little bit awkward start there for both heroes, not too much is going to come from it. Looks like Marana tried to snipe the courier, wasn't able to do so, and now they're going to hold it at the tower. A little scared that it's going to get picked off here. Frost taking a little bit of damage here. Has to be careful. Strange lane top. It looks like they're both going to be looking for CS here. So this is a high 2K average game. I want to say probably somewhere around 2.8K. So we're looking for the wow factor here, not the play factor. And nothing wrong with that. As bot lane, Prophet doing a fair job of zoning out this anti-mage. Looks like he actually doesn't go for the Poor Man's Shield. Would really help him in lane. But I guess not everybody has the same item decision making. And there's the hook under tower right now. It looks like there's the rot into spin as well. Is this going to be the first blood on a Timber Saw? He's getting really low. He's got a Timber Chain. Is going to use it. Nice one. Getting him a little bit of distance there. Should stay alive here. 2 points in the reactive armor. Doesn't really have too many hits on it though, so won't be regenning up really quickly anytime soon. Timber Saw, one of the heroes actually that didn't really... Oh, that arrow! He walked into it. Is he going to go down? No. the low ground, getting a lot of mischance. There's the gust as well, but doesn't matter. Actually, Monkey King's going to turn around. Zeus Almighty getting low, and he's not going to use the Q on that one. Could have given him the bonus damage. Probably wasn't going to secure the kill as Pudge looking for another hook. Is he going to be able to get it? He's got some nice move speed here with the brown boots first, but looks like no. Goes for a Quelling Blade as well. That's a little bit odd. Don't see that one all too often. Especially with the Wukong on your team, you know, maybe you're thinking against the Wukong. You have that nice 4-second stun if you can cut him down from the trees, but not going to do that. Pudge maybe looking to sneak another hook. As Master playing a little bit safe on the mid lane, hugging the tower a little bit here. As he is a little bit, you know, conscious of what's going on here. Mirana looks like she's going to steal the rune as Zeus. Potentially looking for, maybe just checking if it's going to be bottom rune, but no, it's actually going to be Pudge grabbing the illusion rune top. And don't forget, don't want to feed those ones away as they do give golden EXP. He's going to give it to the Monkey King, even though he doesn't have a bottle yet, so a little bit strange. Pudge probably could have just taken those and wouldn't have been a big deal whatsoever. Zeus Almighty going to walk through mid lane, pull the creeps a little bit here. As an anti-mage forced to blink to avoid what I assume was a tower hit there. It looks like he's just going to go for the straight ring of regen. That's not bad whatsoever. He does tango up as well, giving him a nice 14 HP regen as Pudge and Mirana both in the mid lane. It looks like everybody's looking for kills here. 4 minutes in, we still haven't found a first blood yet, and looks like not level 6 on the Drow Ranger just yet. Bot lane, actually, it looks like Sprout-Teasy as the anti-mage going to get sprouted up. Ship player's actually taking a lot of damage, but won't be enough to get the kill here. He's actually going to turn around and right-click this anti-mage and going to output some nice damage here as Caudle helping the mid lane. Looks like he plants a tree, but one doesn't want to kill it. He's actually one with the tree. He's hoping to hop on it a little bit later on, maybe, as top lane Mirana looking to set up as well here. Looks Zeus Almighty. Is he going to be able to get the arrow over here on the Frost? He's going to throw it out. Frost, oh, almost walks into it. Meanwhile, bot lane, it looks like the Pudge has come over here. He just walks in. There's the rot, there's the hook, and it's going to be the first blood to the Monkey King. That's not something you like to see. Skills very well with his items here. 3 points already into the passive, and just about to hit that level 6. A nice rotation from the Pudge. He's going to be level 4 now, and he's going to have a 2-2 build. So not bad whatsoever. Mirana still looking for that first kill. Goes for the magic wand first. Not something we see often. Usually the boots, or at the very least we get the windlace for that move speed here, especially when you're roaming around. So it looks like he is going to throw an arrow mid. Is it going to hit the Monkey King? It is. Is there going to be any follow-up? No. Speaking of which, actually the Pudge is going to show up here. Going to help prevent his good friend Wukong from dying. And Monkey King going to turn into a courier there and doesn't manage to dodge the hit. Potentially could have, but won't be able to do so as Mirana in the mid lane. Pudge is still here looking for a hook. Is cutting the trees, so there we go. Now we see why he's got the Quelling Blade here. Getting some nice positioning in the trees as Courier is going to bring the phase boots here. Bot lane, it looks like our Prophet did get a little bit low. Actually, TP'd top here. Looks like they tried to get a kill, but were unsuccessful in doing so. Pudge still looking for the hook with this Drow, just playing so incredibly safe, just so afraid of what could happen. PA manages to grab an invis, and now she's in the mid lane, so looks like we might get a little bit of a fight here. Take a little bit of a zoom out, see if we can get a better look, as it looks like hook on this Pudge. Is he going to go for it? It looks like Monkey King actually in a whole lot of trouble here. The rotations from the PA, she's going to go down, and TP in from the Prophet is going to get canceled, and Pudge just going to walk that one off. A little bit unsure of what he was supposed to do there, as couldn't really help all that much. Mr. Frost up top, not going to have a good time up against this Timbersaw. 3 points in the reactive armor, 15 charges already, and look at that HP regen. Absolutely disgusting. Looks like we're going to have the salve handed over to the PA. She did trade a little bit of HP here. And now that we've got the level 6 on Drow, we do have a lot of global kill potential here with the Prophet. Just arrow onto any lane. Prophet could TP in, and could be a kill. PA, I like this frontliner as well, depending on her item build. We'll have to see as she looks like she is still going to be the support PA. Meanwhile, mid lane, looks like Caudle going to break that smoke as they're going to turn around. Mirana still has another smoke. There's the gust. Lance going to get hit with an arrow as well. Nice arrows coming out from Zeus Almighty. Pudge looks like he's running up here as well. There's the Prophet TP in. Could they maybe turn this one around with the Monkey King? Prophet's going to get hooked up. There's the Rot. Is going to actually manage to sprout himself. The Wukong ulti doing a whole lot of damage here. And look at that, a double kill. Could even make it a triple here. The ulti isn't going to be enough. No, he's going to hop to the tree. Doesn't have this slow. Is he going to look for it? Not going to jump to the tree. Looks to salve up. Is going to be able to get it. A nice gust on a 2. And it looks like the Drow should be able to get out here. Oh, maybe not. Q from Wukong up in 10 seconds. Is he actually going to dive this one? He's got a whole lot of damage, whole lot of lifesteal, and there it is, the killing spree. May as well just give him a triple kill, as that was a nice extended fight. Will manage to secure 3 kills off of that one. 4-2 is going to be our score, 8 minutes in. And already, it was a slow 4 minutes, but the next 4 minutes after that have yielded us 6 kills. As Zeus Almighty going to TP top, has an arrow. He's going the 1-1-1 build here. Give him a better position for these arrows as well. As looks like we're going to take a team shower. No, down for another 64 seconds. No regen for them. Zeus Almighty going to plant a nice safe ward, but it's right next to this Radiant Observer ward here. Look at that. He's actually going to get half HP taken away from this Ancient. Throws out an arrow. I don't think it hit anything. Maybe a creep going to give him 1 CS, but probably a little bit upset that that Ancient did so much damage. These Ancients, nice little new addition here. Aren't really as passive as the other Ancients. Will walk up, will root you, and will do quite a bit of damage to you here. I feel like I really see these guys spawn more often than any other Ancient now that change has been added. But top lane, it looks like maybe there's going to be a little bit of a fight here. Timbersaw is going to look for the Timber Chain out. We do have 3 levels in a hook, though. Not that far off. He is going to hit it, actually. There it is. The spin as well to follow up. Timbersaw, Timber Chain out. But no, the Mana Leak as well as the stun from the Monkey King going to be enough to secure that kill. Meanwhile, bot lane, Anti-Mage not really having a fun time here. Does go for the Perseverance first, and unfortunately, that doesn't really give him any move speed or any damage potential as well. Usually you like to see that treads because it gives you a nice bit of damage, move speed, as well as the option to tread switch. Keep your mana pool nice and high as Radiant going to group up and push this top tower. So I do like this, looking for a nice early advantage, especially when you've got a Pudge. You like to limit the vision by getting rid of some of these towers, make it a little bit difficult for the team to go around. As looks like Mattelman, man, trying to turn around here, does have Blink out and should be able to do so. The crit from the PA actually already hitting level 6 here. Are they going to chase? It looks like no. Zeus Almighty arrow in 5 seconds, but it's probably not going to be enough here. As top lane, Timbersaw, he's going to get Omni Slash and go down. He TP's back top, but check it out. 4 heroes from the Radiant still hanging out. Big problem for him is now he's only got his Mana Boots. Was making good headway towards the Bloodstone. Even with those 2 deaths, he had 500 gold, but he's going to get slowed down quite a bit. His PA's going to move towards that jungle. Looks like she's got the Robe of the Magi. Could still be making treads with this Robe of the Magi, as can still build into treads. Maybe looking for that bonus int so she can really spam out that dagger. TV top from Zeus Almighty, but not really going to be looking to do much, as there's an Illusion Rune pinged out and a Boundary Rune picked up by the Monkey King. Interestingly enough, we are seeing this new patch really show off what it's kind of meant to be doing here. You know, we've got a lot of rotations. I mean, sure, it's 2K. A lot of rotations. Zeus Almighty actually barely going to get out of this one on top, or is he? We don't have any damage from the Monkey King just yet, aside from running up and hitting her in that 300 attack range, as well as the Illuminate. The hook is going to be enough to secure the kill, though. Red Tesso comes up, and is he going to be enough to get a kill? No, it looks like probably not. Wukong ulti going to be thrown down. Looks like they're trying to zone everybody out a little bit, but now these Radiant heroes caught in a little bit of a sticky situation here. PA's going to jump in. Nice Q from Wukong. Not going to be enough, though. He's going to go down. Pudge going to run away as well. Are we going to have the Sprout? Looks like the Sprout was thrown out. It is going to miss. Bite from the Pudge. Not going to be used, and is he going to go down here? He doesn't have a TP. Looks like he's moving into an urn next, and unfortunately, there's the Sprout. Creeps even nearby to get vision. Timbersaw going to cut down those trees, but a double kill for him, and he's right back on his way to working on that Bloodstone. A nice 859 gold for him. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage being left alone in this bot lane. Does almost have his Battle Fury. He is 49-9, and seems like Prophet keeping up in the CS quite well, as alongside this PA, considering she's been roaming around kind of jungling. And there it is. Yeah, she does just go for the treads here, so maybe some people thinking, oh, could be Blade Mail or could be something, but no, just going to build into the treads, looking for the bonus intelligence so she can throw out a few more abilities. Bot lane, TP on the Anti-Mage, but nothing's really going to come of it, as can't really do much. Whatever, actually. Looks like he may be going into the Vanguard here, looking for an early Abyssal Blade, as we do know that in his ulti, the other Monkey King illusions, or whatever you want to call them, do actually get the bashes, so very annoying. They get all the passives, and they get the Maelstroms, the Deso, all that fun stuff, so looks like he's looking to tank up against the Prophet, perhaps the PA, although it's not necessarily that great. They do have quite a bit of damage already. If we take a look at the Prophet, he's already hitting for a nice 140, as well as this Mirana hitting for 80 damage, considering she's only got brown boots, so do have a lot of damage on these range heroes, as it looks like there might be a fight up here around this shrine. As are we going to get a Sprout? Yes, a nice long-range Sprout. As well, the hook in, though. There's the Gust to silence them. And it looks like we're going to have a spin dealing a lot of damage. The Deny. Keeper of the Light with the Gust. Or, excuse me, with the Mischance. Is it going to be enough? No, there's the Omni Slash jumping to the Ancients. As now we turn around and Red Tesso's getting really low. But Mr. Frost is going to be the one that's in a whole lot of trouble here, as he's getting right-clicked down from these range heroes. And that's a lot of damage. Not going to be able to get denied from these Ancients. And stumbling over my words a little bit there, as that's what about a year of not casting will do to you, I guess. Finish Battle Fury now on Super Matumba Man, and 61 for 9 CS and quite well. Could have some more at this 13-minute mark. But with the jungle nerfs and it being 2K, can't really expect too much from him. Doesn't opt to go by at least half of his treads over here. Monkey King maybe in some trouble here. Aren't going to get the Sprout just yet. And looks like Jug, he's going to TP in here as well. Actually, Sprout against Wukong, if you can't really output any damage right after you Sprout, might just be able to jump on top and get out of here. As Pudge is going to TP to the shrine. They do have vision of him. Wukong nearby as well. Looks like shit players got to be a little bit careful. There's the hook from the Pudge as well as the dagger from the PA. The arrow is going to hit onto one ever, and that's a nice arrow. Gust going to be able to save shit player, and it looks like actually there's the ult from the AM. Not going to do anything. Timbersaw running in, but he's got no mana. The spin from the Jug doing quite a bit as well. Healing ward as well as the shrine going to keep all these players nice and healthy. As Red Tesla's got to get out there. Picked up a lisp through that one. Shit player just going to TP out. Dire looks like they still can't use this. 175 seconds down on that shrine, so aren't going to be able to heal up. No team shower for them. This shrine looking at about 200 seconds as well before they can do anything. Looks like both players looking to contest that rune as Red Tesso. What's going on here? Oh, it looks like we are trying to get some wards over here from this Coddle, and they do ping it out. Doesn't place a ward just yet. Now he does. No eyes on that one, it looks like. As Prophet is going to TP top. Looks like he's going to go for a nice damage build here. Is going to grab the Dragon Lance, has the double null, and really that 150 damage is quite scary. Especially when he's pushing your towers, even with no points in a trance, actually. Just realizing that. Haven't seen that all too often. Just looking for the straight right click. Looks like he's going to team fight here. As Pudge going to find himself a nice D-ward. Coddle's going to place another Observer mid. Should have been spotted here. We'll have to keep an eye out as a lot of these wards should have been spotted. Coddle going to place the last ward. That one maybe won't be spotted, but maybe have an idea as it looks like a couple pings out on the Prophet here. Pudge looking for the hook. Is he going to be able to get it? Oh, nicely threaded there as he is going to be able to hit that hook. There's the ultimate as well, and looks like they will manage to get that kill. So 9-6, 15 minutes in. Still a relatively slow game, I guess you could say. I've been able to see some nice hooks. As looks like the Dire grouping up to def this tower here. There's a Gust. As well as a crit on the PA there. Looks like maybe they're looking to get a kill on the Monkey King. There's the hook from the Pudge. Another nice hook. Doesn't have ulti just yet. PA's going to blink strike back in. But there's the ult from the Wukong dealing quite a bit of damage. The Illuminate as well. Is he going to tick down to the urn? Maybe the Jug's really chasing this one down. Has the ulti. Will spend it. Does give him a nice true strike. But the turnaround here from the Drow. Right clicking so hard as well as the Coddle. The Mana Leak going to prevent this Timbersaw from really running around. The missed chance on a ship player. Looking for the Sprout in about 3 seconds here. Is he going to chase the Pudge? Looks like he's thinking about the Coddle or the Pudge. Not really sure what he wants to do. There it is. Pudge going to get sprouted. Is going to be able to eat himself out of that one. But who's on the front side? The Drow going to just right click so hard. Pudge not going to get it denied this time. A nice stun. And the arrow isn't going to hit. Not going to hit onto anybody. They're still going to chase though. Just look at the right click damage. Coddle's going to go down. Do they have a chance to kill this Monkey King? It looks like no. They're just going to group up and likely take this tower that's at half HP. So a nice team fight from the Dire as they do take a 1,300, let's call it a 1,500 gold swing. If you take into account what happened there, is a nice fight from them. And don't really remember my graph, so let's just click on them. It's F something. 4,000 EXP, about 3,000 EXP in favor of the Radiant. 3,000 gold in favor of the Radiant still as well. And let's see here. What do we got? Items. There it is. Net worth and EXP. All right. So we got the hotkeys down a little bit, but top lane, it looks like Monkey King, as well as the Juggernaut going on a ship player. He does have a nice move speed advantage, only against the Juggernaut for now, though. There's the phase boost from the Wukong. A nice Sprout. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Is he going to be able to phase boost out? Arrow going to be off mark. Only going to hit the Wukong. He's going to go down, but can they get the return kill on the Wukong? A nice crit for him as Mr. Frost on the run here. Dagger for the slow. Looks like he will get it. Timbersaw, meanwhile, chasing Wukong. Healing Ward's going to go out, but it's not going to be enough. As Wukong, is he going to go down here? I don't think so. Not enough mana over here from the Timbersaw. There's the Timber Chain. What did that just hit? What did that just hit? What? What? I have no idea what I just witnessed there, but won't be enough to get the kill nonetheless as PA saving up 1,300 gold. Is she going to look to get the Death or the Vlads first here? Hook from the Pudge. Not going to land. Yes, it is. There it is. The ult as well. Timbersaw going to throw his ulti out. Chakra Magic. The blind actually keeping the PA alive here in the deny. Oh, the deny. That is so annoying, but realistically, they do manage to keep their PA alive, and they're probably happy with that one, as Monkey King rotating top Shadow Blade on the draw. Probably not going to be an easy kill for him, as might even get turned around on. He's got Gust, but he's not going to be able to jump for 2 seconds, and Draw's actually going to think otherwise, and instead just kind of run away here as Wukong doesn't really have all that much damage since he decided to go for the Vanguard build here. Zeus Almighty in the bot lane. Still trying to farm up that eggs, I imagine, here. Actually has a Blade of Alacrity, so he's hitting quite hard now as well. 133. Mr. Frost looks like he might be the target here. Mirana, although, not looking for the arrow. And speaking of skill shots, the hook isn't going to land. It looks like Pudge should have an easy one here, as the Timbersaw actually going to throw out Chakra Magic on top. Oh, Mirana thought she denied herself, but on top of the Pudge there, she's going to get sprouted and go down. Nice kill from the Dire here. Continuing to stack up, and they're just gaining the lead. Another 500 gold difference there, as Wukong is going to TP bottom. Does have level 12 now, and could look to throw down the ultimate here onto the Dire team. Jumping onto the trees. Looks like maybe getting ready to set up here. They have Omni Slash as well. And do they see him there? I believe the Dire did see him, and looks like they're going to try to make Treant's not going to be able to do so. Wukong going to channel it slow. Looks like he's going to spread himself in there. Wukong ulti's going to go down. A lot of damage onto the Nature's Prophet. There's the Omni Slash on the top as well. Going to follow the Timbersaw there, as Coddle going to give that miss chance and ensure that he stays alive a little bit longer at the very least. Treant scouting out here as Wukong staying inside of his ulti, a little bit scared. Does have 4 points into the passive here though. Drow going to turn around. There's the Gust as well as the Dagger. A lot of slow here, but the Healing Ward from the Juggernaut going to ensure they stay alive. And now can they look to turn this around? Hook's going to miss on that fish, as PA turning this one around. Probably should run though, as she is going to get killed by Wukong's Q, giving him a nice bit of damage. Nice True Strike there as well, as Drow Shadow Blades up, finds herself a regen, and probably just going to go look to farm here. Is Mirana getting closer and closer to that eggs. Has about 800 gold. No other pieces, though. I was hoping she'd be a little bit closer. Anti-Mage's going to get TP'd on, kind of revealing the fact that they have a ward. And now it looks like Ship players got to be a little bit careful. Matumbu. Arrow. Not going to be on the mark here. Expecting him. Oh, doesn't even get to steal the creep. Expecting him to continue the chase there, but doesn't do so. And Ship player maybe thinking he had an Orchid there, but realizing, nope. Actually just have a Dragonlance and can't get that kill. Does still hit for a nice respectable 176, as bot lane looks like Radiant's going to group up, be able to take this tower. Dire not even going to look to contest this. They know that the Pudge somewhere. And Monkey King as well in a pretty good position there, ready to take a fight if he needed to. As the Dire now, do they want to group up? Looks like they're getting ready with 3 heroes. Pudge looks like he still wants a hook here, and if they can get a hook, they might even be able to blow up somebody pretty quickly. Is going to look for the blind hook, not going to hit just yet. Doesn't have Aether Lens as well, so doesn't have that nice bonus 220 cast range. Just PA running up, just letting the enemy team know that she's there, and not really sure what she's going for here. Helm, Ogre Club. Is that the new... What is he going for here? No new builds that I'm missing out on. Echo Saber maybe? Echo Saber, Helm, Echo Saber? Maybe thinking, was looking for the Helm of the Dominator into Echo Saber, and then realized, oh shit, that's not the item I need anymore. As mid lane, they do Moonlight Shadow. Looks like they should get a kill on this Coddle here. Arrow actually going to whiff on everything. Coddle knows what's going on, and my whiff on everything, I mean, absolutely nailed that. Monkey King. Hook's not even going to be there to save him. There's the Timber Chain in, and it looks like Monkey King's going to channel his ult. A mischance on everybody. Wukong's going to go down. Coddle's going to go down, and Timbersaw's going to lose all his mana. Juggernaut is going to deny that top tower. Nice little deny from him, as Pudge still hanging around top lane. Got to be careful. Do have a ward over here, so they do know that, you know, there's a lot of heroes around. He's not going to look for a kill. So it looks like maybe now they're going to look for this Juggernaut. He can gust out of the silence, and it looks like he will do so. There's the Sprout. A nice Manta, though. There's the Omni Slash. Can he hope to turn this one around? Actually jumps to creeps a couple times. He's got the spin on a Ship player. But the Jukes, they've got a Sprout as well. Can they cancel his TP? Can they kill him? Oh, so close. No TP cancels. Just under having enough right-click damage. And this Jug, probably a little bit happy that he went for that Manta build. Was able to Manta off that Gust and turn that one around. Doesn't get a kill of his own, as Timbersaw does pick up that Bloodstone. Boots still in his backpack. There it is. And we'll see what he's going to want to go for next. If he's going to opt for the Boots of Travel, or perhaps just build another pair of Mana Boots so he can look for well, anything. Aether Lens could even look for a Lotus Orb if he wants to, as Mirana getting closer and closer to that Aghanim Scepter, over halfway there now. Won't be much longer now, as she's going to go bot lane, Starfall this creep wave, and get herself some nice CS. So Anti-Mage still leading that 165, a little bit under what he should have about 200 CS here, but if we move into the net worth, we can see that both him as well as the Juggernaut leading. So Dire finding themselves in a few issues there, as they've got a lot of push. This Drow, wow, very greedy build from this Drow. Shadowblade, Yasha, Boots of Travel, and they're not really using these Boots of Travel to push or anything. So, I mean, I do kind of like the Boots of Travel, as there's going to be a lot of fighting all over the map here, but a little bit odd. Would like to see her get a little bit more HP. Is Monkey King, Pudge, AM, Juggernaut, all heroes that can get to this Drow very easily, as it looks like the Radiant's going to offer a smoke up here. AM continuing to farm. They do look in a Rosh, and are they actually going to go for it here? It looks like Monkey King signaling to everybody that he does want to take a Rosh. They've got the Jug. They've got the Healing Ward. Hook's going to fly, and it's not going to hit on the Mirana. She didn't even see it, though. There's the Moonlight Shadow. Do they have Dust? It looks like no. The ult from the Pudge going to get canceled by the Moonlight Shadow Fade. There's a Gust on a Mr. Frost. Does have the Manta if he wants it, as the rest of his team still looking for Rosh. But Purple, you can't do this, buddy. You've got no lifesteal. You've got no Healing Ward. And, well, speaking of no Healing Ward, there it is. Looks like Juggernaut going to sit on the outside of the Rosh pit here and ensure that they can't really prevent that, as Wukong's still the only one. Jug should run in here and really help out, and looks like he will do so, as the Dire doesn't really know that this is happening. We had a smoke up, but it looks like it was wasted. AM blinks in, and that's not where you want to blink in. AM, he does have the Manta Style, but it's not going to be enough. TP out, no, not going to happen, as he blinked up and couldn't blink down. Will at least secure his team and Rosh off that death, as Dire nowhere near able to prevent that one. As looks like they are ready to group up and push bot tower. We'll see if Radiant wants to contest this with their Aegis. They do have quite a bit of damage on this Monkey King now that he's got the Echo Saber. Caudle still with that blinding light. Really a big annoyance for all these ranged heroes, as we've got a lot of damage, but they don't really want to build MKBs and don't really have a way of getting around it, as it looks like it will be the Echo Saber on the PA. Can't say I see that all too often, but can't say I really see PA all too often. I think I just misspoke and said TA, but whatever. That's been not casting for about a year will do. Zeus Almighty still just looking to farm up that eggs. Does have it now, as a very, very sketchy TP in over here from the Drow. Is going to get hit by the Illuminate. This is well, are they going to be able to turn this one around? Hook's going to be off the mark. Timberchain's even going to miss, so nobody really hitting their abilities, as the arrow is actually going to hit the Monkey King in the trees. They do know he's there. Are they going to cut him down? Another 4-second stun. He just got the Aegis. No, he didn't actually. Who grabbed it? Juggernaut did. So Monkey King's going to go down. And it looks like, are they thinking about turning this one around? And there's the Sprout actually going to get pushed out of that one, as Red Desos got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to Omni Slash this, though, as there are quite a few things that it could jump to. Healing Ward's going to be thrown down, and looks like they will get a nice pick on the Monkey King. As probably not the intended arrow target, but they will hit it anyways. And they will prevent the Radiant from continuing to push, it looks like. Caudle, maybe with other plans, still looking to push here. Is going for the Force Staff into mech, it looks like. So a little bit delayed mech, but 26 minutes in. Could still be decent for his team. It looks like Matama Man, now with his Manta Style, we'll see if he wants to move into something like Vlad's, or if he could just go for something like BKB first. AC might not even be bad. I do think he needs mana, or excuse me, lifesteal. Does have the 20 attack speed, 20 damage. Drow, move speed and 20 attack speed. Do quite like that one as well. Mirana, haven't really taken a look at her tree, so she's got agility, spell amp, 30 attack speed is quite nice, especially when you've got a Drow. I think you probably opt for that one, as well as a plus 40 damage. That's pretty disgusting. 100 leap attack speed, that is quite good. Multi-shot has seemed very underwhelming. I think that's really the meme build if you go for multi-shot here, is Timbersaw. Hasn't actually put anything into his talents just yet, so I have to keep an eye on that one. PA, she's got the plus 15 damage so far. Maybe going to look to get lifesteal next, as it looks like Pudge looking for a hook here. There's the Observer Ward, going to give them some vision here. Probably going to opt to Moonlight Shadow. Maybe just going to leap down the cliff. As yeah, nice leap down the cliff. Anti-Mage blinks in, but not going to be able to do anything off that one. Arrow is going to hit on the Monkey King, and are they going to think about going on this one? Timbersaw is going to throw out the Chakram, and looks like they are going to miss on that one. But there's the Invis Nature's Prophet just running up. Wukong still silenced. They are going to use the ulti over here, and it looks like Nature's Prophet going to get killed. No, the Blinding Light again, as well as the ulti. Sprouted. Is it going to be enough? No. does sprout and try to TP out here. Zeus Almighty in a whole lot of trouble as well. He's dusted out. Red Tesso and the Wukong ulti is going to go down as well. Potentially, it looks like he's going to run into the Juggernaut, who did use his Omni Slash to secure the kill onto the Drow. There's the Aegis down as the Timber Chain. Gonna deal quite a bit of damage. Hook back in, not gonna hit on anything. PA getting quite a bit. Is gonna get mana leaked. Looks like he's still going for the Coddle. Is gonna be able to get the kill. He will, but at the same time, the Mirana on the backside is gonna go down. And a 3 for 2, 17-17. Very neck and neck game. Gold change. Really in favor of the Radiant here. As Mr. Frost might even be able to get a kill on the PA here. Looks like maybe not. He could even get turned around. Timbersaw is just going to leave it at that one. Monkey King nearby as well to provide whatever assistance this Juggernaut may need. That Monkey does still have to be careful. Just look at the damage from that Q. Actually, it looks like Prophet's had enough. Does throw out his ultimate. Not going to be able to get the kill. Healing Ward still going out. And as it looks like they are going to sprout the Monkey King. Not going to be able to do anything just yet. The damage really isn't pouring in since he's got that Vanguard. Nice little block chance spin now from Mr. Frost as Red Tesso and maybe a little bit of trouble in the backline. 16 Bloodstone charges. Make it 17. Timber Chain in. It is going to be able to get a kill on the Monkey King. Won't be able to kill the AM. Do get the illusions though. So a nice bit of gold going to them. And looks like Juggernaut does have to back out. Maybe going to look for a hook with the Pudge here. Mirana just going to split push top lane with her Aghanim Scepter. Has about 500 gold as well. There's the Gust onto the Coddle. And now actually Master's got to be careful. Look at that crit into the Shadow Blade. Good night, Drow. And have a nice sleep as a lot of damage there. Look at this Timber Chain. Very greedy. Mech from the Coddle. Not going to go down. Timber Chain out as well though. Anti-Mage does have his ultimate. Could cancel that TP, but he's not going to blink in and look for it. And Prophet looks like he's just going to TP towards the Shrine. Can't really do anything with it, though, as it is down. Looks like he's actually going to be going for the Silver Edge. So, going to look to get rid of that Monkey King passive, the Pudge, even the Anti-Mage. So, not that bad whatsoever. I do kind of like it this game. There's a lot of passives you can get rid of. And looks like we're going to have Phantom Assassin going for the Armlet. So, Armlet Echo Saber. A lot of damage. Going to get some nice armor, some nice HP as well. And I'll have to see how this one goes. Is we'll get probably, I imagine, plus 10 all stats. I don't think you really need the attack speed with Echo Saber. Blink Strike, not really that necessary in my opinion. Armlet plus 10 all stats makes you quite tanky. Gives you some nice int. And double Stifling Dagger later on is going to be pretty disgusting. Not sure if he's going to opt for that or the plus 25 agility. AM, what's his tree looking like? 15% evasion. That's going to be an issue for all these heroes that really rely on right clicking. So not only does he have 13 armor, but he's got the evasion as well, as it looks like I do manage to miss a kill on that Pudge. Sorry about that one. AM looking to maybe get a wraparound. Does have 3.5k. Should probably look to spend his money shortly. As mid lane, it looks like they're looking to set up on the Prophet. Sprout from Invis. No, ship player missing that one. Looks like he's going to miss the Sprout and probably won't be able to follow up on this one. As they're just going to turn on. AM almost getting a kill on the TA or the PA, excuse me. As Prophet TPing in, does lose a lot of his mana there. Nice armlet toggling. It looks like on the end there. As mid lane, Timbersaw is going to get gone on by the Anti-Mage as well as Mr. Frost. There's the Omni Slash. Is it going to be enough to get a kill on either of these heroes? It looks like no. Timber Chain as well. And looks like they're going to be able to get out that nice move speed advantage from the Boots of Travel. Yasha going to help this Drow Ranger just walk it off. Bot lane, it looks like Monkey King's trying to set up here. Does only have the Shadow Amulet though, so has to just set up somewhere and fade, as it looks like Timbersaw's coming bottom. But with that Eul Scepter, really don't think that's the kill he's going to look for. In fact, he could easily get turned around on, so he's got to be careful if he wants to look for this kill here. And looks like he's not going to. Still just going to sit around here, waste a little bit of his time. As do have some nice vision from the Dire. AM is going to TP out. Still with about 4,400 gold, as the Dire looks like they are going to gather to smoke up here. Maybe going to smoke up? No, it looks like Master. Oh, going to get hooked there. A nice hook from the Pudge. Gust to be thrown out here as well, though. And now it looks like this Pudge is in a whole lot of trouble. And another Bloodstone charge. Make it 18 for this Timbersaw. As now we do have a Shadow Blade over here on the Monkey King. So not bad for him. Timbersaw maybe going to get Mana Leaked. Has to be careful. The Juggernaut's there as well. Doesn't have the Omni Slash. Does have a Silver Edge, though. And not really going to be kills for anybody going on here, as Mirana looks like she does die warding up in the bot lane. Unfortunately for her, missed that one. Radiant does lose their courier as well. Looks like maybe they're willing to turn it around. Am going to blink in. Doesn't have ulti just yet. As he did just use it looks like, to get a kill on that Mirana. And they've got to be careful. They do have quite a bit of damage. PA with a nice crit over here on a Matamba Man. Is going to blink out, but is it going to be enough? We do have the Omni Slash in about 10 seconds. Nice stun from the Wukong. Looks like they're going to go on the Timber. No reactive armor for you. Eul Scepter's on the Monkey King instead of using himself. It looks like Wukong's going to lay down the ulti, as well as the Illuminate. Red Tesso's going to go down. Isn't even going to be able to get the deny off, but it looks like the Dire ready to turn around on this one. They do have quite a bit of damage here. Whenever's got to be a little bit careful. Timbersaw's already up. He's going to Timber Chain. Is going to miss. Going to throw out the ulti as well. Not going to be enough here as top lane, or excuse me, top bounty rune, I guess you could say. Pudge and Nature's Prophet gonna have a little bit of a fight. There's the Silver Edge up over here from the Drow Ranger, and they do know she's around there. Nice Illuminate's going to prevent this Drow from getting a hit. There's the Omni Slash, a nice Euls though. Shit player sprouting himself, not really what I think you wanted to do. There's the stun from the Wukong. Red Tetsu getting low as well. A nice crit from the TA, from the PA, who turns into a range hero. Coddle's going to go down. Arrow's going to be off the mark after the hero dies, and it looks like this fight's going to split up here as they want to continue the chase on the Monkey King. They don't know where he is. He's going to give him a little bit of a juke as he knows that they don't have True Sight over there. As Mr. Frost, his Silver Edge is getting quite low as well. He's got to be careful. Looks like they're going to continue the chase looking for these heroes, but probably won't be able to find any. Juggernaut is just going to use his shrine, and right near to the TA here, excuse me, the PA, damn it, near the PA is Monkey King. Is going to stun out over here into the Nature's Prophet. Is going to be right-clicking him down quite a bit. There's the Silver Edge on him, but not going to be enough to get a kill as he does have a Shadow Blade of his own. And how many Shadow Blades do we have here? My God. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 Shadow Blades in this game so far, so quite a few Shadow Blades. As looks like everybody really opting to grab one. MKB on this Anti-Mage. Oof, that's some PA hate. That's really some PA hate, and he hits quite hard as well now. He hits for 279. Going to be stacking up even more evasion, so really going to need an MKB here. Or they're going to be relying a lot on this magical damage. It looks like they know the Monkey King's around here somewhere. Shadow Bladed in the trees. Does actually just jump down and run away. Don't have any True Sight. AM looks like he is going to go into somebody here. Looks like I missed that. Tries to go on the Mirana. Is going to get the kill. They do try to set up the arrow with the Eul Scepter, as now Monkey King's going to turn it around. There's the Gust onto the AM. Does he have the Manta? Looks like no, he doesn't. Is he going to go down here? The evasion is going to be enough. He's going to live. Just barely. Monkey King is going to channel his ulti. Timbersaw going to force to suicide as the Radiant doesn't look like they want to give up on this one just yet. Now they're going to go into the Wukong. He is going to get gusted up. There's the dust out from Ship Player, and it looks like One Ever is going to go down. Meanwhile, on the backside, Mr. Frost going to jump in on this one. Still has the ulti here if he wants to spend it. The hook in from the Pudge. Going to cancel the TP on the Drow. And now look at this. There's 2 heroes that he can Omni Slash. Will do so. Going to hit on both of them. Ship Player barely going to live so far. And a nice crit over here from Mad Monkey as the Sprout. Not going to be enough to keep him alive. Is the PA going to think about going on this Juggernaut? Looks like they're just going to stare at each other through the trees here. Mr. Frost is going to get recalled back, and Mad Monkey just going to back off of this one. So Timbersaw back up now with about 8 Bloodstone charges. Still hasn't bought another item. Probably going to, I really think he should go for a Lotus Orb, give him some nice armor. Then you can potentially throw back that Omni Slash onto the enemy team. Get rid of that Mana Leak, or throw the Mana Leak back as well. Quite a few abilities here. Is Mad Monkey in a little bit of trouble here? He's got the True Strike. Is he going to be able to armlet toggle this one? Looks like no. Had a little bit of an opportunity there, but doesn't go for it. As Timbersaw sitting up in the top lane. Maybe a couple pings out saying, hey man, how come you didn't help me? But couldn't really do much as Matamba, man. Gotta be careful. Do have quite a bit of damage over here on this Timbersaw, especially if you don't have a BKB. As, looks like probably going to be going for the straight Butterfly. They do have the Silver Edge over here. Arrow out. Not going to hit on anybody. Rana's got to be careful. Juggernaut's ready for the kill. And the instant bash as well. Doesn't get the leap out. Oh, the RNG on that one. Very unfortunate for him. Matamba Man just going to steal these Ancients from the Timbersaw. He is going to throw out the ultimate as well. Try to slow down this mid lane push, but with a DD on Mr. Frost. Hitting quite hard. Gus going to be off the mark. A blink in, as well as the Manta over here from the AM. So he's got to be careful. He might even go down. Silver Edge as well. Going to be enough to easily clean up that kill as Illuminate from this Coddle. He's got to be careful as well. We do have a Sprout out. Mr. Frost got to be careful. Does get sprouted. Has a Quelling Blade, but it's only in his backpack. Won't be able to use that one. Dust out as well. There's the hook from the Pudge. Going to be able to kill this. Ooh, no. A nice Dragon Lance, actually. Over here, excuse me, nice Hurricane Pike from this Nature's Prophet. There's the stun, or excuse me, the bash over here from Mr. Frost, and now Red Tesso left without any mana after the Timber Chain post Mana Leak. So unfortunate for him, not really going to be able to continue the fight just yet. Only 9 Bloodstone charges. They don't have a shrine over here to regen up with as well, as it looks like the Drow excuse me, going to be going for a Manta build here. So not bad, not bad. 25 to 25, 38 minutes in, and I swear to God, these kill scores have been the exact same for a majority of the game. If we take a look at the graphs, 4,000-ish, 4,500 probably by the time this Rosh is done. Probably 5,000 by the time this Rosh is done in favor of the Radiant. 10,000 experience in favor of the Radiant, though. So the Radiant really starting to pull ahead here. Drow going to finish up the Manta, and Dire's really going to have to do something if they want to come out ahead. As, unfortunately for them, they're starting to fall behind. Monkey King in great position. They know he's there. Going to channel it. Still going to actually miss everybody, though. There's the ulti on top of the Drow, as well as the Timbersaw taking quite a bit of damage. Is she going to get bashed? No, as it looks like Ship Player going to get ulted, but it's not enough. He does go invis, and he's quite far away, so isn't going to take too much damage. Does manage to Hurricane Pike away, and now he's going to TP home and hope to help out with this tier 2 defenses. They don't have a Monkey King ult. They do have the Aegis over here on a Mr. Frost, but is it going to be enough to win this fight? I'm not really sure. They do use quite a few ultimates. There's the Gus on the Mr. Frost as well, and now it looks like the Radiant potentially in full retreat. Pudge looking for a hook, but a lot of heroes in his way right now is not going to be able to get it. Manta out from the Drow Ranger and a smoke from the Dire. A little bit odd from that one as Gus is up. There's the hook from the Pudge, though, managing to catch Master out, and he's got to be careful. Shadowblade again absolutely destroying the Radiant team here as they don't have any true sight, and they're just going to have to look to run here. Mr. Frost going to walk in as well. Again, dusted up. Ship Player in a lot of trouble, though. The Anti-Mage is going to blink in. Another hook from the Coddle. There's the Blinding Light as well. It's giving them a miss chance. The ulti from the Mirana going to, again, get them out as really everybody from the Radiant probably slapping themselves that they don't have any true sight. Arrow. Ooh, barely going to miss on Mr. Frost there. Monkey King going to jump in. Looks like he is going to get a 4-hero stun, 3-hero stun on that one. Going to get Yule's up. There's the ulti from the Timbersaw. A lot of damage. Mr. Frost got to be careful. Doesn't have the Aegis anymore, and it looks like he could go down. No, there's the hook from the Pudge. The Timber Chin. Is it going to be enough? No. The Pudge. Should he get the kill on the Mirana? Yes. Is he going to use the Shrine and stay alive? Looks like he's just going to try to juke this one. There's the arrow. The Silver Edge. Pudge is going to go down. Give a triple kill to the PA here, and a lot of damage now. And look at this fight recap. What is this gold change going to be? Holy jeez. Look at the XP change. What? What? An absolutely massive XP change. Down to about 5k at least, maybe even lower than that by the time all's said and done. This 4k, 5k net worth difference going to continue to dwindle as well. And 30 to 26, the Dire continuing to push here with their Drow that has a ridiculous amount of damage. PA actually going to go top lane here, but what a fight from the Dire. Did we get a buyback there? I don't think so. I think the Timbersaw just respawned as still a reasonable amount of Bloodstone charges. Maybe he didn't even die. I thought I saw him die, but really nice kiting with the Shadow Blades and the Moonlight Shadow. And now it looks like, are they ready to get a Rax here? No, they are going to back out, play it a little bit safe here. They know it's only the two of them. Rest of the team not really with them, so do admire that. Don't really want to give away something you just brought back. And is it going to be Satanic next on this PA? It looks like it is. So she's now got Satanic. Probably is going to need an MKB, though, if she really wants to threaten this AM that now has quite a bit. He's got 20% evasion. On top of that, 15% evasion. Decides to go for the 25 agility as well. So he's hitting for a 319 damage per hit. Doesn't even have the completed butterfly yet as well. So going to be quite scary for him later on. Going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. Wukong, not really in the same boat. Does hit for about 226, but really needs to get some more items up if he wants to be as threatening as the rest of the team here. As Prophet is going to TV bottom. Looks like he's looking for a sheep stick. And Drow, what's she going to get here? Looks like she's got the MKB set. So looks like it's going to be MKB for the Drow, recognizing that, yeah, this AM has quite a bit of evasion. Catapult not attacking the Pudge. Looks like he's still interested in going for the Radiant Siege creep there as Tumble Man in the jungle. Got to be careful. If he blinks around this PA, could actually die. PA does quite a bit of Satanics. Or excuse me, it does quite a bit of damage. Satanic not requiring any mana, going to be really nice that you can just pop it when this AM decides to go on. Man, it looks like he does want to go on the AM. Crit, not yet. Won't be able to get it. Doesn't have a basher or anything either, so won't be able to get a kill there. A little bit strange to see this Echo Saber build when you have Phantom Strike on a 5-second cooldown. Seems a little bit unnecessary, I guess. Does give you a nice attack, move slow, but is it really worth it? Probably not. Mirana looking for a Manta style of her own as well, so a lot of heroes getting a lot of items. We do still see the AM and the Juggernaut on top of the net worth, and Is it going to be enough for them to win this game? Really seems like the Dire's on an upswing here. There's the hook from the Pudge. Going to be a big swing and a miss from him. Does have the Aether Lens. Has a gem as well. Looks like they're tired of getting kited by not having True Sight. And I can understand that as Juggernaut finishes the full Abyssal as well. So we're getting a lot of item timings up here as well. We'll see if the Radiant wants to smoke up and look for a team fight here. Did they dust? Or yeah, it looks like Anti-Mage has dust on him. Did use it as well. A little bit strange as the Radiant grouping up as 5 while Mirana continuing the split push here. Doesn't actually have boots of travel, but doing a great job. Looks like they want to gank the Mirana. They smoke up to look for her, but is she going to be an easy kill? She does have leap. It'll really come down to the reaction timing here and whether or not they can maybe get a hook off. No, they're actually thinking about going mid lane. Prophet got to be careful. Monkey King scouting out. Can jump on some trees if he wants to. Looks like they do find the Timbersaw. Are they going to look for the kill? Shadowblade up from Mr. Frost. There's the Mana Leak, but he should be able to get to high ground and be alright. Looks like he will do so. And there's the Manta immediately onto Ship Player. Got to be careful. Almost gets caught out there. There's the ulti from the Juggernaut as well. Is it going to continue to bounce? It looks like no. So the ulti from the Jug down. Mirana on the backside, meanwhile, not really doing anything. And I guess she could continue to split push here, but that's a huge cooldown wasted now from the Juggernaut. He's not going to have his ultimate. Doesn't Abyssal either. Probably could have just Abyssal and potentially gotten a kill there, but it is fairly deep. And we are going to see the Dire continue to split push. Surprised I haven't really seen this Prophet split pushing. Probably could be split pushing a little more. And speaking of split pushing, this Drow, as well as the Mirana, doing a great job of pressuring the lanes. Illusion's not really doing anything, unfortunately, but do know that now the Juggernaut did TP out, and they could look for a fight mid if they want to. Looks like Radiant, the ones that are going to be looking for the kill. Dire's Courier going to go down. Not really sure what it is going for, as they are grouping up themselves. Do they have a smoke? It looks like no, just kind of walking around together. There's the Shadowblade in from the Nature's Prophet. Arcane Rune on the PA, and that's quite nice. Really low cooldown on the Dagger as well as the Blink Strike. Only 4 seconds on each. So we'll just kind of follow the PA here, as well as the rest of the Dire as they are grouping up. Looks like maybe thinking about smoking now. Maybe not. Juggernaut nearby in the jungle. Has to be a little bit careful, but nighttime and with the Silver Edge shouldn't get caught out here and will run away. Nature's Prophet is going to TP in, placing some wards out, but Radiant's got some wards of their own, and we'll have to keep an eye out to see if they really notice what happened there. Is getting some nice wards all around their jungle. They want to stay nice and safe. Dire drawing out some lines. Monkey King looks like he wants to go in the jungle as mid lane. We are going to have a TP in from the Drow. PA in front as well, though, so probably not going to be able to get a kill, as it looks like they are going to Silver Edge up. They should know as well. And do we have the dust? There's the dust onto the tree, or onto the Nature's Prophet. He's getting very low. Juggernaut dealing a ton of damage. Again, he's going to be able to Dragon Lance out, though. And it looks like even Keeper the Light helping him out a little bit here. Prophet is going to go down in the end from the Anti-Mage. Does expend the ultimate, though. Won't have it for the rest of the fight, as now it looks like Mr. Frost going to use the Omni Slash. Drow's going to go down. There's the Coddle Blast hitting on 2 as well, as it looks like PA is looking to turn this one around. Will bash on the Anti-Mage here, as he's got... are actually getting quite low. Who's got the bash there? Maybe not. I must be seeing things here, as it looks like they should be able to kill this Juggernaut. Is going to be able to spin. Doesn't have the mana for TP, though. Should go down here just from the right clicks. We've got a Dagger as well. Anti-Mage maybe think about going back in. Eul's Scepter actually going to prevent the Dagger from hitting. Arrow as well getting thrown down, and a little bit of an awkward fight there as both teams kind of running into each other. Invis, Prophet narrowly escaping. Anti-Mage probably could have done a little bit more there if he had his ulti up. Really could have saved it and looked to turn that one around, but took a ton of damage despite having all that evasion. Does have the completed butterfly, and now hitting for 375. Looks like he's actually going to go in for a heart, so not going to get any more damage or an AC, anything like that, or even off for the Boots of Travel before then. Lose a little bit of armor over here. Up to 25 though, and that's quite good. 62% magic resist as well. Means that he really doesn't care too much about this Mirana or this Prophet ultimate. Got some pure damage from the Timbersaw, so it's not bad at least. As a Coddle, haven't really talked about him much, but does have the Force Staff as well as the Glimmer Cape, so kind of a hard kill. As looks like the Dire in the enemy jungle are going to be looking for a kill. Monkey King is going to leap down as well. So while they go for the Coddle, they might even be able to find the Monkey King. Both ships going to pass in the night, and now ship players got to be a little bit careful. Look at this damage already though from the PA. Are they going to be able to get the kill? There's the dust out. They should be able to find him, and they will. Lance going to get right click down. Monkey King, importantly getting out of that one though, is still kind of item starved. Looking to finish up a Butterfly. Will give him quite a bit of damage. If we take a look at his tree, he goes for the 40 damage, the health, and the attack speed. So hitting quite hard, 223. Drow hitting for 381. Looks like she's going for the damage build as well. 20 attack speed, as well as the plus 6% precision aura. If we take a look over here at our Phantom Assassin, she goes for the stats as well. So probably going to look for the agility next. And it's going to be quite scary. A nice bit of armor as well as a nice bit of damage for her as well. Mr. Frost is going to Manta up. And look to push out this wave, I imagine. As the top lane, Anti-Mage looking to set up here. Doesn't have the Abyssal though, so going to be kind of difficult to kill Zeus Almighty. Does have the leap, has to use it, and does get to the bottom of that cliff. But Anti-Mage, he's nearby. There's the Manta. The Manta from Zeus Almighty as well, and should be able to get out of this one. Looks like he will do so. Is going for the E-Blade next, I imagine. Probably not going to be the Butterfly. Does go for the attack speed and the damage, so actually not going for the Spell Amp. Hitting for 321, and that's actually quite a bit. Monkey King is going to look to potentially go on this PA, and behind him is the Aghanim Scepter Timbersaw, so they've got to be careful. Juggernaut rolling in with a Silver Edge of his own, looking like he wants to go for a fight here, as Prophet is going to do the Ancients. Only 7 armor after that uses that, so pretty big armor reduction actually. Looks like AM is going to Manta up and go on this Timbersaw, but again, without that Abyssal Blade, not really going to be all that useful at getting a kill here. Blinken from the PA after the dagger, looking to go on this AM, but not going to be able to do so. And it looks like the Radiant's willing to group up here, although both teams having a player that's a bit off doing their own thing. Juggernaut and Mirana both continuing to farm up. Mirana probably getting the better end of the deal, as she's still got a long ways to scale, while Juggernaut, not so much. Looks like he is going to go for the AC next. As mid lane, we've got to jump in onto the PA. Not going to be able to get the kill, though. Silence up. Matuma Man, is he going to go down? It looks like he should. Not going to be able to blink out of that one. Monkey King turning around, trying to help him, but won't be able to do so. And that's a dead Anti-Mage for 95 seconds. Dire looking to push down the mid lane, while Mirana still continuing to split push the top lane. So Dire really coming out ahead on that one. A slight gold change, but realistically, it's across the map. They're getting quite a bit more as Mirana looking to come up from the back. Does still have the arrow, has quite a bit of mana here as well. There's one Starfall. Is going to get mana leaked. Hook going to be off the point, though, and it looks like actually a jump in from the Timbersaw. Pudge is in trouble now. Mr. Frost running in. He's got to be careful, though. Gem going down as well, and this is a huge swing. The Dire, can you grab the gem for themselves? And with so many Silver Edges and Shadow Blades, this is a big issue for them. Looks like they're going to be able to take their first racks. A Hex on a Mr. Frost, and this could be the beginning of this game being closed out. 36-28. Mad Monkey's going to get the top tower as well, and looks like they should be easily able to get those racks. Coddle not going to do all that much. Buyback from the AM after they get the racks, though. PA's going to jump in, and it looks like he's going to get gone on by the AM. Are they going to be able to kill him? No, they don't have any true sight. They lost the gem. And he's going to get Moonlight Shadowed. A nice bash over here on a red Tesso. Is going to Yules up. Doesn't realize that he's Moonlight Shadowed, so they have no vision. He's going to get his Timber Chain canceled. He will be able to deny himself, and thankfully... Wait a minute. Oh, no. Oh, the Dire. They don't notice that the gem's still there. The Radiant. They should see it, Lance. Lance? Really? Nobody's going to notice this gem? Alright. Alright. We'll see how long that one sits there for, as Drow looks like she's going to go for a Butterfly of her own. I mean, it's even in ward vision. This is... Anybody going to see this? Monkey King, please? No? Pudge. Looking for a Blink Dagger here. So, not going to buy another gem, and doesn't really need to if they do notice. It's right there. Coddle. Coddle. Right there. Is he going to see it? Oh my god. This is killing me. Pudge? Pudge. Pudge? There it is. Pudge is going to find it, and they're going to find an Aegis. Thank you, dear Lord, for opening the Radiant's eyes as this game continues. Dire does manage to get that Rax and only get a Timbersaw deny. So not that bad for them whatsoever. AM really filling up all his slots here. He's got the Aegis, he's got the heart. Even taking the cheese on that one is going to be pretty difficult to kill him. So he'll lose the Aegis, be able to swap it out for the heart in the backpack, or the cheese even if he wants to. And then once they try to kill him again, although you probably, if you're in a team fight like that, you probably swap out the boots for the heart. And then once the Aegis goes down, you grab the cheese as well. So effectively, we've got 2 lives on this Anti-Mage. Only 1400 HP on the first one. So maybe could look to swap out the boots if they're about to fight. As looks like the Dire potentially thinking about smoking up. Nope. Just going to group up a little bit as Mirana in a little bit of trouble here. Do they have True Sight on top? It looks like, yes, the Monkey King actually has a gem here. Mirana already extinguishing the leap, so not going to be able to use it. And looks like she's just going to get out of this one. Enough move speed after leaping. That shouldn't be an issue for her. And looking into our level 25 talents, it looks like it will be the agility here. Prophet, not level 25 yet, actually. As a talent tree, going to go for the marksmanship. I do like that. So a lot of agility here. 469 damage now for the Drow Ranger. 276 over here for the Treant. Mirana hitting for a respectable 384. And this is a lot of right-click damage now on the side of the Dire. So pretty disgusting in all honesty. As Radiant grouping up, looking to push top. Coddle just going to sit at home and defend a little bit here. Whatever. Going to still try to right-click some creeps as Red Tesso moving in. He's going to get instantly abyssal, though. There's the Omni Slash. A nice Eul Scepter buying him some time. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? And it looks like the answer is going to be no. Drow's in a whole lot of trouble as well. Actually going to get hooked up. Ship player jumping in. And Dire, it looks like they're in a dire situation as Monkey King going to channel the ulti. Not going to hit on anything. And they're going to maybe be able to get out of this one. Anti-Mage continuing to go in here. Getting at about half HP. Not going to be able to get killed, though. And no Timbersaw for 40 seconds. Zeus Almighty doing a great job of split pushing, though, as it does hit so freaking hard. Have to see if he's going to go for the leap attack speed here. Going to TP home top lane. PA is going to go down, and a little bit of a blunder there. Missed what happened. Looks like he got a little bit too greedy using Satanic. And what? I'm not sure if he dropped the Satanic, but now it looks like the Radiant gonna get a top racks here for free. And just speaking of damage, look at this AM. It looks like the Dire's gonna lose this racks. They might even lose this game. Prophet's gonna go down. No buyback for 80 seconds. Drow's gotta be careful. Timber's back up. Matumba Man might lose his Aegis, but it looks like no. They're actually gonna turn around on the Drow. Drow, is she gonna be able to silver edge out? It looks like yes. Timbersaw still sitting in the middle. Hook actually gonna be blocked by Jug. Mr. Frost is gonna go down. Anti-Mage still here with the Aegis. He's gonna get it popped the one time. What's he gonna swap out here? Looks like hasn't done anything just yet. Heart probably gonna be moved into the stash just yet. No, hasn't done it. And now he's gonna get silenced up. There's the Manta. Meanwhile, on the backside, Pudge potentially gonna go down here. Timbersaw gonna be able to secure himself that kill. Monkey King gonna run away as well. Anti-Mage just gonna blink out, and looks like he managed to use the cheese there as well. So Dire, not that bad for them. They do recall the Anti-Mage over here on the Radiant, and it's a 1-for-1 racks, I guess, now, as it looked like it was going to be a lot more for the Radiant there, but a little bit of an awkward team fight. Jug going a little bit hard. Anti-Mage not swapping in his heart just yet and going, you know, as hard as he should have gone, but really just exploded on that first life. Probably when they were high grounding, they should have just swapped out the boots for the heart there, as would have been the play. 2500 HP and an Aegis is a lot more difficult. Don't really need much else, and he's got 25 armor now. Monkey King, not level 25 just yet. Goes for the attack speed, the damage, and the HP, so not too bad from him. Coddle, what's he going for here? Magic resistance, respawn time, and move speed. Pretty reasonable. Illuminate damage / shield, probably going to be the ulti he grabs, as Mirana goes for the multi-shot. So realistically, 100 attack speed from Leap. That's 100 attack speed every 18 seconds. That's like, what, a troll ulti, basically? That's pretty disgusting. In all honesty, that's pretty disgusting the more I think about it. Is looks like we are going to get the agility, not the dagger. Timbersaw, looks like he's going to go for the strength, not the 6% Whirling Death attribute. That's a little bit of a blunder, I guess. I mean, 6% is quite a bit. Quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of HP when you're the Pudge. Quite a bit of, you know, of damage and armor when you're these agility heroes. Is it looks like we're gonna have the Dire team group up looking to kill the Shrine, but Wukong's coming in. He could channel an ulti on everybody here. There's the ulti getting channeled. Anti-Mage is gonna blink in, and they have nothing to stop him. There's the BKB. Mad Monkey in a whole lot of trouble. Timbersaw gonna go in. Looks like they might lose the Wukong here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the Illuminate heal. He's actually gonna stay alive. Red Tesso's in a whole lot of trouble, and now the Dire. What are they doing? The Juggernaut's going on to the Drow Ranger. The blink in from the Anti-Mage. There's the bash. A nice gust, but is it gonna be enough? And it looks like no. The blink in from the Pudge doesn't have the True Sight just yet onto the Nature's Prophet. His Master is going to TP out. There's the TP in, though, from the Timbersaw after buying back here. And a little bit of a blunder from him as Nature's Prophet going to TP out. Timbersaw really cannot afford to die here. Has to be so careful. This Monkey King getting quite low there. And they don't have the split push this time. Mirana hasn't really been in these fights. Oh my god. What was that? Why is Anti-Mage? I have hero hotkeys? I don't want hero hotkeys. I want courier hotkeys so I can see what died on it. That's unfortunate. What if I... Nope. 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 Alright. Wish I knew what was on that courier. Likely Mirana's item, as I imagine she would have had 5,400-ish gold. Doesn't go for the E-Blade, though. Just goes for the Butterfly. Not a bad pickup whatsoever. Again, you've got a Drow. You're hitting insanely hard as Pudge smoked up, waiting inside the Roche Pit. Anti-Mage looks like he's just going to push into the enemy jungle. And 60 minutes in, honestly, did not even realize that we were this far into this game, as no clear winner just yet. Both teams, 1 racks up. Not bad whatsoever. I think they're both going to be pretty happy with the situation that they're in, given what could have happened. Anti-Mage and Juggernaut still managing to stay on the top of the net worth. Doing a great job of farming throughout this game. As looks like there is a scan out. Not going to hit on anything. Juggernaut still in the jungle. Prophet as well, nearby. Looks like he's going to go for an MKB as well. They really want to deal with this mischance that they've got on the Monkey King as well as on the AM. It's quite a big mischance on the AM as well now. He's got 30% evasion, or 35% evasion, excuse me, from Butterfly, as well as I believe the 12 or 15 over here. He's got Timbersaw actually going to go on the Juggernaut. There's the Gust, but the spin's going to come out in time. Matumba Man maybe in a little bit of trouble. The backside, the Pudge is going to be looking for a hook. Monkey King is going to channel his ulti, is going to be onto 2 players. Instantly Yules, but he's still inside of it. There's a nice stun. Going to cancel the Timber Chain, and now Timbersaw maybe in some trouble. Is going to wand up. Illuminate going to buy him a little bit more time, actually. He's going to be alive. On the backside, it looks like the PA is going to go down, though, and are they going to be able to get a kill into this Juggernaut? It looks like no. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Illuminate as well, giving these Dire heroes the space that they need. This Coddle, player of the game for the Dire, allowing the Timbersaw as well as the Drow and the Prophet to live, and that's a blunder that you're not going to be able to live with if you end up losing this game. So Coddle probably a little bit disappointed in that. Double boots Coddle probably going to be a little bit disappointed in that, as Anti-Mage looking to push mid lane, and for all intents and purposes this guy is 7 slotted. He's got his Lincolns over here. He's got his BKB that he's only activating. I imagine he'll probably use Lincolns, probably swap his boots for Lincolns when he's going to high ground, and this is getting pretty disgusting. They could look to kill this Shrine. I'm not sure why they haven't yet. Looks like he is just going to sell his boots and opt to hold on to the Lincolns 24/7 here. GGPA. Brain dead. What can I say? Deso Satanic. I mean, a little bit unfortunate. Probably just realizing now that that's the items that she grabbed. It's 4,100 gold, and it's a weird build-up as well. Got a lot of strength, a lot of HP. Deso, yeah, you need some damage, but probably don't want to grab Deso. Maybe Abyssal would have been a great grab here. Give you even more EHP with that Vanguard, and then on top of that, you got the Abyssal. Of course, the active, really helping you lock down the hero that you jump onto, and Juggernaut really, really looking strong now. Scotty, AC, Abyssal Blade. The Radiant is really far ahead now. It's going to be incredibly difficult here for the Dire to come back from this. And yeah, sure, net worth is in the Dire's favor, but they really don't have the itemization that they need. Sure, they've got the Scotty now on the Mirana, and she's hitting for 400, so certainly quite a bit of damage. But is it going to be enough? as the Radiant really out DPSing them. 400 on this AM. Another cheese onto him. Aegis picked up by the Jug, I imagine. I didn't really see who that was. Is going to swap out the AC instead of the phase for now. I imagine, again, when he... just going to swap it out again. I was going to say when he goes to high ground, but I guess the Coddle could always bring him to the rest of the team if he wants to. Mid lane, there's the split shot arrow. Not going to hit on anything, and fortunately for them, not really going to do much as Monkey King, as well as the Drow, going to meet each other. Monkey King, what is he doing? He's just walking in. He's going to get gusted. No BKB. There's the gem down. A nice hook from the Pudge. Is going to be able to take the P8 out of this fight. As now it looks like the AM ready to turn this one around. He's taking quite a bit of damage, though, just from the Drow. Timbersaw going to jump in as well. Multi-shot arrow is going to hit on a Mr. Frost. And look at this team fight. The Dire turning this one around quite well. Super Matama Man is really going to need this heart regen. Does have the cheese as well if he wants to use it. Mr. Frost going to go down. And that's the Aegis from the Radiant. The Dire, just as I say, they're in a poor situation. They tell me, no wonder you're not a caster. As AM? What? GG getting called out. Buyback from the AM. And it looks like the Dire... I mean, I don't know why Drow TP'd, but even then, I think they should still be able to close this one out. No creeps in the base. Multi-shot arrow. It hits. It was worth the 25 perk. Anti-Mage going to buy back. And now these heroes got to be careful. A Mana Void on a Zeus Almighty could mean disaster for these three heroes grouped up. Not going to happen. In fact, hook back into the fountain. Buyback from the Juggernaut as well. They've got 2 buybacks. They really need to get out of here. Mana Void targets. What? Why? I guess they get the kill anyways, but... could have made the swag plays on that one as 2 heroes go down off the back of 2 buybacks from the Radiant. And because the Drow wasn't there, they're not going to be able to get these kills. Drow TPing home and looking for the Moon Shard, but you got to think that was a wasted opportunity. Actually going for the Aghanim Scepter, and that's a huge misplay. That is a huge misplay. Aghanim Scepter doing absolutely nothing for this Drow here. I mean... Shrine actually accidentally getting activated there, but if you've got no Mjolnir, I mean, the split shot's there, but is it really that relevant? I guess we'll have to take a look at this fight, and we've got multi-arrow from the Drow, multi-arrow from the Mirana here, the Gust up on a Mr. Frost, and look at this, just doing no damage with that Aghanim Scepter, really a non-factor in these team fights. Timbersaw going to buy back, Anti-Mage just BKBing in the front lines. There's the Linken's going to get popped. He's got to be careful, going to be slowed by that Shiva's Guard. As speaking of be careful, this Timbersaw in a very bad situation here. Mana Void could easily secure the kill here, and there it is. So Timbersaw buying back isn't up for another 80 seconds. Monkey King going to use the ultimate here, buy his team a little bit of space as Anti-Mage going to walk up yet again, that heart, reaching him up, offering him a lot of HP here. There's a nice multi-hero Gust with the Manta up. Master's in a lot of trouble now, and it's the Dire throwing this game. The Blinking from the Anti-Mage, he doesn't have the Mana Void, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to get, he's going to get arrowed up. Lincoln's going to be popped. Meanwhile, on the backside, it looks like they're going to be able to get mid racks. The Fortify is way too late, and now they can either end it or go for the bottom racks. It looks like they're pinging bottom racks. Anti-Mage is going to blink out as... oh, this game is so back and forth. 42 to 37. Oh, they still need to get the tier 2. That's why, and it looks like they're going to continue to go here. No Timbersaw for another 40 seconds. Drow, gotta be careful. Really gotta be careful here. These are some sketchy plays, and speaking of sketchy plays... whoa, Nature's Prophet's going to go down. 2 heroes stun over here from the Monkey King as well. Zeus Almighty's got to be careful. PA thinking about jumping in, but not going to be able to do so, as it looks like there's the Omni Slash. Zeus Almighty, the creep wave coming to his save just in time. Monkey King's going to go down. There's the gem. Pudge getting a nice ulti under the PA, making him a non-factor in this fight as Matumba Man. There's the blink. Is going to be able to stay alive here. PA, no. There's the blink back in. The crit. Mr. Frost taking a lot of damage. He's going to be able to get out Lance. Isn't going to be enough damage from these illusions to get the kill, and this is absolutely insane. Coddle. Looks like he might go down here as well. Juggernaut jumping in. Is going to take quite a bit of damage from this. Timbersaw does have the Silver Edge, but it looks like they've got the gem over here. No, he's just under tower range. Is going to go down. And looks like, or not, no GG's just yet. Tower's taking some damage, but 67 minutes in, and still no clear winner just yet. After those buybacks, probably gonna see this graph go up and down, as it looks like the Dire still about a 5k net worth advantage, not too much. 10k EXP though is quite big, but 5k net worth this far into the game isn't much whatsoever. Only 6 charges on this Bloodstone for Timbersaw. He's really going to be needing to look for another couple of items. Really wants to cycle out this Eul Scepter. It's kind of good against the Omni Slash, but 67 minutes in, you don't want an open slot, and you don't really want a Eul Scepter that much, as mana regen's not that great, and really doesn't offer you too much utility at this point. PA does have a Scotty as well, and a little bit of an odd build. They're starting to stack the Scotties as well, so we'll have to see what Mirana wants to grab with her 5.6k, and looks like Prophet's going to TP in. Does manage to finish his MKB. Haven't really taken a look at him all that often, as still didn't manage to get his level 25 talent. Wonder if he's going to go for the respawn time here, or the Treants. I think the respawn time, is Treants at 70 minutes are really not going to be doing anything. Pudge just going to be hooking back his Coddle. And no level 25 from him, only level 20, which is kind of an issue. You'd like that rot damage or even the HP here. Although the additional raw HP here, not going to be all that useful. When these heroes are hitting so hard, you really want some armor, as Drow with that 522 damage. Mirana with 466. It looks like the Dire's grouping up bot lane, ready to get a kill here. Split shot arrow, going to miss on absolutely everybody. Pudge in a great location for a hook. Ooh, barely going to miss on that Mirana. And they're just going to get the tower and get out. Although if Mad Monkey's got something to say about it, it looks like maybe not. There's the Anti-Mage. He's going to BKB up. The Timbersaw throwing out his ultimate. Drow's just going to start trading hits with this Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage getting quite low. The Scotty slow dealing quite a bit of damage here as well. Mr. Frost going to take a dagger. Coddle looks like he's got the mischance. Is going to use it. Hit on all 5 heroes, but it doesn't matter. We've got some MKBs. There's the hook in from the Pudge. Is going to just blink right out after that one. Monkey King's going to channel his ultimate, but there's so much damage coming up from the Dire. Eul Scepter over here from the Timbersaw, and it looks like he might be able to get out. Timber Chain, no, the Abyssal Blade to cancel it, as it looks like PA's going to jump back in. Hex over here to the Anti-Mage. He's going to go down. Pipe's going to get popped. Mr. Frost, is he going to be able to survive this one? It looks like he should. Monkey King ulti, buying him some space. Monkey King is going to go down himself. There's the Sprout. They've got the Dust as well. Wukong's going to go down. Juggernaut trying to run around on this one. The Gems on the deck, as it looks like Lance might go down as well. There's a buyback over here from the Prophet actually just TPing home. There's the Omni Slash, and now Mad Monkey's in some trouble. No, scratch that. Mr. Frost is in some trouble. A nice 2-hero stun from the Monkey King. Might actually be able to get a kill here on the Pudge. Backside is going to be able to get that ult. There's the hook back in. Wukong's going to go down. He just bought back. Pudge might even go down here as well. This PA is just dealing so much damage. Drow's just opting to go for the racks, and it looks like the PA is going to turn around and do the same. And it looks like this may be the end of the game. Maybe not. A nice fight from the Dire, and it looks like everything's going to cool down after this one. Take a look at the fight recap. It looks like a huge swing for the Dire. Yet again, Drow looks like she is going to be able to get the Mega Creeps here, and this should be all she wrote for the Radiant here. As the Gem's still on the deck, the Jug is going to pick it up. But it is going to be Mega Creeps, and it is going to be a steep climb if the Radiant wants to come back in this one. They do have the heroes to do so, though. They've got quite a few cores, and they've got the Coddle. The Illuminate, not all that great, but really it's not a bad support to have when you're fighting Mega Creeps. As we'll see if this PA does want to cycle something out. Does have 5k, a nice DD rune. We'll see if they want to take advantage of this, as it looks like she already does. Looking towards the Ancients. Really needs to cycle out this Deso, though, as not getting anything from it, since she's getting the Satanic Lifesteal. Those unique attack modifiers are not going to stack as mid lane. Jug's got to be careful. There's the DD. Just look at that crit. And that's a 36 armor, 3k HP, as it looks like they're actually going to turn this one around. PA maybe getting a little bit too deep. There's the Abyssal Blade as well as the ultimate from the Anti-Mage. Going to easily be able to secure that kill. And Dire getting a little bit greedy mid lane. They've only got 1 tower, so the Radiant could, in theory, actually look to maybe turn this one around. And could they? They do have buyback on the PA. And they're just charging down mid. They don't care that their side lanes are pushing out. Everybody from the Dire's backing up, and it looks like this has got to be the last fight of the game. Roshan respawning as well, but nobody's going to go for that one. Dire, Mega Creeps pushing in. Timbersaw going to throw out a couple chakrams, still it on the creep wave, but it looks like it's all or nothing now Juggernaut hitting the shrine. That's not what he wants to do. Buyback from the PA. Gus going to be off the mark as it looks like bot lane. AM's going for the racks. It looks like he wants the Mega Creeps as well. They are going to be able to hook out the Juggernaut. He's going to survive, and it looks like AM just going for Mega Creeps. Still, Timbersaw the only one that notices. He's going to throw a Timber Chain through. BKB from the AM as well as the Glyph going to be used over here from the Dire. Meanwhile, Monkey King is going to go back home and defend his Ancient. Split Shot going to be thrown out. Is it going to hit the AM? No, it's not. There's another Timber Chain as well. They're really chasing this AM, but they won't be able to get the kill. It's going to be very difficult. Still, oh, doesn't actually have the Lincoln cycled in. So he could still get hexed here. Should be able to blink out, and it looks like he will be able to do so. So not going to be able to end the game out just yet. The Radiant does manage to get the buyback from the PA, though, and that's quite huge. 2.9 still. As bot lane draw actually in a whole lot of trouble. Is going to be able to use their Silver Edge and get out of this one. No gem just yet. Monkey King actually getting very low. The Illusions. The Illusions? Are they actually going to kill this Monkey King? Just barely surviving on 150 HP after that one. As Drow Ranger looks like she's not done yet. There's the Gus on a Matumba Man. Is he actually going to go down? No, the hook from Pudge. Is it going to be enough to save him? It looks like it will. Blinding Light as well from the Coddle. Going to buy them a little bit of space as it looks like the PA does want to go in here. Has to be a little bit careful as did just buy back. And if he dies, this could spell disaster for the Dire. Pudge looks like he is going to try to set him up for a nice hook. Dire Mega Creeps all throughout the base now, and going to be very difficult for the Pudge. It looks like they're going to jump right onto the Drow. The Drow's dead already. Illuminate's going to go through, but it looks like that might be the end of the team fight now that the Drow's dead for 96 seconds. Coddle is going to go over here and try to man fight, but it's not going to work out too well. Does have the Glimmer Cape to survive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, though, it looks like actually Mad Monkey's going to go down. There's the Omni Slash. The AM's going to die as well, though. 114 seconds. Without the PA and no buybacks with anybody on the Dire, it looks like the Radiant could actually just go down mid. Zeus Almighty even going to get mana leaked. He's in a whole lot of trouble. There's the ult from the Pudge. The AM as well showing up. And did the Dire actually just manage to throw a Mega Creeps? I can't imagine the Radiant could actually come back from this one. But it looks like they might. The Timbersaw trying to buy his team a little bit of space. He's got to be careful, though. Likely has buyback with all the gold he's got, but realistically, you probably want to buy back when you're defending. He's going to go down here for sure, and they've only got 2 heroes with buyback. Prophet will be up in 20 seconds. Does decide to go for the minus respawn time, and that could be a game saver as GG coming out from the Drow. And is the Radiant actually going to be able to end here? Monkey King sitting at home, still able to defend, as could get pulled in by the Coddle if they decide to do so. Looks like they are going to go in on the Timber. There's the multi-shot. Isn't going to really do all that much. BKB from the Anti-Mage, and now they're looking to turn around. Mr. Frost taking quite a bit of damage. Doesn't have the Omni Slash just yet, as it looks like the AM is going to decide to go over here onto the Timbersaw, and it looks like he will do so. Mr. Frost taking so much damage as Monkey King still at home, preventing the Dire from turning this one around and trying to go for a base race. They're going to be able to go over here onto the Nature's Prophet. He might go down. No, just barely surviving. Zeus Almighty going to go down. No, he's going to be able to leap into the fountain, and it looks like they are still trying to go for the game ender here. They're going for the tier 4 tower, right-clicking it down, but no, they're going to turn it around. Zeus is going to go down, and he should be able to get the kill. The Sprout buying them some time. They just need to right-click the Ancient, but they're not going to be able to do it. It looks like the Anti-Mage is going to go down. The Juggernaut as well. He's getting so low. He's going to go down. He does have buyback, though, and it could be enough to keep the Radiant in this game. There's the multi-shot. Again, going to miss, as it looks like, wait, they're actually just going to TP in. They need to buy back right now. The Juggernaut's going to buy back, and it looks like they will do so, as the Prophet actually going to die when he tries to. The Drow may be in a whole lot of trouble right now. We've got the Manta from Mr. Frost. Not going to continue the chase, though. And on the backside, the Monkey King getting a couple of kills, and I guess it's not over. I'm really not sure what happened here, but it looks like the Monkey King managing to get a couple of kills. I really don't know how he managed to turn that around. Does have Boots of Travel over here as well. Gonna find himself a Haste Rune. Drow. Looks like she's maybe thinking about going in on a Mr. Frost, but that's not the play whatsoever. Buyback from the Pudge. They don't have the True Sight necessary. And it looks like the game is going to continue. Still, the advantage is in the Dire's favor, as they do have Mega Creeps. And they do still have a massive net worth advantage now, 10k, which is somewhat reasonable at 76 minutes in. But the EXP, essentially even, as Pudge does decide to go for the 1.75 Flesh Heap Stacks. Just a casual 4.4k HP, but doesn't matter when you've only got 10 armor. This guy would be looking at a massive, massive effective HP boost if he managed to get his hands on a plate mail, or even a blade mail wouldn't be bad with this much HP. Realistically, give you a little bit of armor, but a lot of that return damage is going to be so useful, as PA The once mighty hero with 5 point some K, 5.6K I think, now only has a death zone about 1K. Am will respawn in about 20 seconds, and looks like we've managed to even out this game. Dire Ancient is exposed though, and it is exposed with about 2K HP, so game is still a little bit dicey for them. As looks like MKB is going to be purchased on the Juggernaut, cycling out his boots now. Doesn't really need them. Pudge still with the gem. Am still has his Lincolns. Coddle, 3.6K. There's another gem on the deck. We'll see if he wants to pick it up just because. As the Dire. Could they maybe look for a smoke here? Just kind of grouping up and farming. As looks like the Prophet has decided to go for a Desolator here. Doesn't really care for the Hurricane Pike anymore. Drow just sitting in the bot lane. Doesn't want that Rax to get sniped. As we would be seeing a Mega Creeps versus Mega Creeps, and it looks like the Radiant is going to smoke. They're not content with just sitting in the base, but when you're Mega Creeps, how can you smoke when they'll just see you? Anti-Mage hitting creeps already, and looks like Monkey King going to be doing the same. Roshan's probably going to be the next objective for the Dire here. As the Mirana does pick up a crit, hitting for 487. That's going to be quite a disgusting crit. She does manage to get one off. Hitting quite a bit harder than the PA here. And good thing as well about the Dire is that they've got quite a few cores, especially with this Drow Ranger. It's giving them 115 damage though, so when she goes down, it is a huge issue. Pudge's smoke is actually going to pop. Blinks away though. He's very afraid of what could happen here, as it looks like the Dire is just going to go for Rosh. And take a look at buyback status. Probably just going to go for this because I don't remember the hotkey. Can't really see too many, but looks like, try to display them by team. We do have one on the Drow as well as one on the Prophet, so they really should give this Aegis to, yeah, either the Timber or the Mirana. It looks like they will give it to the Timbersaw, and he's even got the slots for it. Realistically, he's got an open slot here. Prophet looks like he's going to pick up the cheese if he does want to use that one, cycle it out a little bit later, but should be ready to fight. Drow still just sitting bot lane. Can just Boots of Travel in though whenever she's ready, and really wants to make sure that this Rax does not get sniped anyway. Courier is going to pick up that gem. Don't really need it. Probably could still give it to the Prophet, or excuse me, to the Keeper of the Light if they want to. AM still just sitting on a comfortable 3.8K as well as his extra Lincoln Sphere. They do have 2 gems actually. They've got one on the Pudge, one on the Monkey King, so really they don't really need it on the Coddle. Does have 4.2K. Should grab himself, doesn't have to be standing there as well, but should grab himself probably a Ghost Scepter. I mean, they have a majority physical damage over here. Juggernaut got to be careful. Doesn't want to get caught out. Doesn't have a Lincolns of his own. As looks like the Dire still ready to group up. Getting this Drow just sitting over here, bot lane. Is going to bots in now though. And it looks like the call has been made. They are ready to go. Timbersaw going to clear through this wave. Very difficult to push high ground against this Pudge though. Very annoying. As one hook could spell the end of your team fight. Speaking of which, Drow going to get pulled in. And remember, that's the majority of their damage. A nice Wukong ulti. This Pudge is taking a ton of damage as well. Timbersaw going to die, but that's only the Aegis. The Dire heroes at about half HP. They've got to be so careful. And it looks like they are going to try to retreat. There's the Timber Chain out. Will be able to get away. As it looks like the Drow and the Prophet are both going to go down. Drow's going to buy back. Anti-Mage going to jump on the Timbersaw. No mana. Could mana void if he wants to. And it looks like he will. There's the buyback from the Prophet. Looks like Timbersaw going to go down twice in a row. Prophet's going to TP in. Wrong place, wrong time. You do not want to be there, as the Mirana now turning this one around on the Wukong. But he's in a whole lot of trouble here and should just look to run away. Mega Creeps now starting to bang off at this Radiant Ancient. And they've got to be careful. It's taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like maybe the Dire thinking that they can just end it off this one. And it looks like they are. Zeus Almighty going to jump in. He's going to go down instantly, though. The stun actually catching the Nature's Prophet as well. And now he's maybe having second thoughts about what he's going to do. And they are. They are just going to back after this one. Prophet will just continue to run away. But PA is going to get caught out. Now Anti-Mage is going to jump on her. She's going to turn around on the Pudge. And that Blade Mail. Would love to see how much damage that actually returned. But won't be able to do so. Would have liked to see Pudge's damage that game. And Drow actually looking like she wants to come in. Is she actually going to be able to end this one? She's right-clicking the Ancient. It's so close. She's GG'd. And it looks like she actually might backdoor this. No, she's going to get stunned. She's going to go down. Oh my god. If only the Prophet was there. He's thinking about TPing, and he is. He creates some trees. Is he going to be able to get it? 1 right click, 2 right clicks. No, the miss chance. Does he have MKB, though? But it doesn't work on buildings. Actually, he's going to go down. Oh, no. The Dire. Could they have just thrown this? 80 HP. If only the Prophet was there at the same time as the Drow. And it's just going to continue to regen up. That was absolutely insane. And you have to begin to wonder if only it wasn't an Aghanim Scepter. If it was anything else that provides a little bit more damage. A Crystallis even. I mean, really. It could have been anything that provides slightly more damage. And now Pudge. He's not ready to let that one happen again. Anti-Mage running down the mid lane. They do have an exposed Ancient, but they also have multiple heroes up. Looks like the Radiant's turn to now try to finish this game, as they don't have any buybacks. The Prophet is up very shortly. It looks like they're actually going to go for Mega Creeps over here on the AM. There's the Glyph used, though, and now they've got to be careful that they don't just look to end the game. Zeus Almighty in a whole lot of trouble, though. He is going to Manta. There's the Abyssal Blade, though, and he's going to go down, but is Matumba Man going to die first? It looks like no, barely going to be able to blink out of that one, and speaking of getting out of that one, there's the leap out. The Ancient now, though, it looks like the Radiant's going to turn onto the Ancient. The Juggernaut is going to Omni Slash instead of continuing to right-click it, and now actually he's going to go down. It looks like he's choosing a man fight with the PA. The Ancient from the Dire now at 1500 HP. And they aren't going to be able to end it. Buyback instantly from the Juggernaut. Anti-Mage looks like does manage to get the racks. So it's going to be Mega Creeps versus Mega Creeps in this absolutely insane game. PA looks like she's ready to go down mid, but everybody's alive. Do they have Glyph? They don't have Glyph for another 2 minutes. And I think if they just throw bodies, they can win this game. I'm not really sure how they stop them from just hitting this. As Matumba Man is going to get gone on. Doesn't really have the mana, as looks like there is going to be a TP in from the Prophet. Prophet, no, mid lane. Prophet just TPing behind the AM. A little bit strange, but AM does have a buyback. Going to spend it instantly here, as they're so worried that their Ancient could still go down. No clear Mega Creeps advantage. Drow is actually going to try to come back in, and it looks like she might be able to do it this time. No, the regen, and now it looks like she's easily going to go down. There's the Guts onto the Pudge. The Ancient, it's so low, actually, and there's no other Dire heroes around here to help her, and she gets it! She actually gets it. I can't believe it. It looked like she wasn't going to get it, but she does. The Gust to just push the Pudge away a little bit, and she actually manages to get it. So GG, well played. 57-57. This entire game has been even kill scores, and what a game it was. We'll take a look at this end kill screen now that we can do this in fancy Dota 7.0. Could do this a while ago, actually, but whatever. See some nice plus and minus MMRs here. But let's take a look at the damage here, as we see ridiculous amounts of damage done this game. The Drow and the Timbersaw dealing a majority of the damage over here on the Dire. Meanwhile, on the Radiant, the Anti-Mage as well as the Juggernaut dealing a majority of damage for them. So, absolutely fantastic game. It was a ton of fun. Here's the overview. Coddle going 1-11, unfortunately, but what a game it was. And I guess that was the comeback cast. So, might be another little while before I get back into it, but hopefully going to be able to get back into it soon. And what a roller coaster. GG, well played to both teams, and thanks for sticking with me for a ridiculous amount of time. See you later, guys. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane, where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs, like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dota Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description, as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.